Welcome to Family Friday. I trust that the time spent on the pain peace cycle has been helpful to you, your partner, and your family. Today, I just want to recover the key points and encourage you to practice this self therapy so that you reduce the amount of time you are in your pain cycle and increase the amount of time you're in your peace cycle. Please purchase the book called 5 Days to a New Marriage by Terry and Sharon Hargrave. It's very good. It's got a lot more material than I've been able to cover here. But in jest, the method is simple, but practice is the key. Kind of like the camera I'm using to shoot myself. To operate it, there's just three simple things. There's the shutter speed, the settings of the aperture, and the ISO. Now, you can understand those three concepts, but using them, you have to use it and practice it, and then evaluate how you're doing. And it takes some time to do that. And it's the same with the pain peace cycle. Step one, state your negative feelings aloud or write them down. That gets you to focus on it. Two, state your usual behaviors when having the negative feelings. That lets you begin to notice what you're doing. Step three, state aloud or write down a greater truth that challenges your negative feelings, and you repeat this greater truth until the negative feelings that you've been having subside. And the fourth step is state aloud or write down the better behaviors that you will perform because of that greater truth. And you practice this so that you can move into your peace cycle within a matter of seconds rather than days. So let's look at John Gottman's 7 signs of a relationship headed for trouble. Most of these I would consider reactive behaviors, but now that you've gone through the peace pain cycle, you ought to catch yourself. And if you catch yourself, your partner, your family members doing these things, you need to stop and perform the 4 steps of the pain peace cycle. Sign number 1, the harsh startup. Gottman says that conversations that begin negatively within the first 3 minutes end negatively 96% of the time. Then sign number 2 is the Four Horsemen, and these can appear in any combination or sequence. And here are the Four Horsemen. Criticism, which is an attack on the person rather than the behavior. Contempt, which is an expression of superiority over the person that you're talking to or who is talking to you. Defensiveness, which is immediate resistance to what's been said. And then stonewalling. It's when one of the people in the conversation or both of them tune out the other and they create some emotional distance. Now, sign 3 is what he calls flooding. A person becomes so shell-shocked by the criticism and contempt of the other that he or she withdraws or just plain out avoids lest they replay the dispute. Now, according to Gottman, the 4th sign is body language. That is the signs of physical stress. You see red face, you start panting, grab your chest. 5th is failed repair attempts. Repair attempts is when people are trying to de-escalate the tensions of a dispute, but a failed repair is the other person just runs right through that affair. That repair attempt doesn't even notice that they've attempted to do it, or they just don't want to stop. The 6th sign is bad memories. And you know that once negativity rules the relationship, the past is rewritten, re-remembered in a negative fashion. The positives that drew the couple together are forgotten or reinterpreted. And the final sign that Gottman gives us is there's that feeling that there's no hope for the future. Problems are interpreted as being so severe that no help is possible. And so the partners work alone. If you see any of this, these are reactive behaviors, and you need to call time out and help yourself or help your family members to work through the pain peace cycle. Well, next Friday we'll start a new topic on Family Friday, but until then, God bless.